Hello everyone, thank you for joining me, Amber Bach, for my Week 7 presentation on conflict management for Professor James Curtis's course, MPA 545. So starting out, I wanted to go over a YouTube video I saw. All of my links will be in the description box or the little reply box, discussion box, but this video was actually very informative. It was only a 3-minute video. However, it basically covered everything having to do with conflict all the way to conflict resolution. First, it started off by defining what conflict is at its very foundation. Then it discusses how there needs to be a communication between the parties, which is typically not conducted, which is why conflict gets worse or escalates. And then he said, try to resolve the conflict, and if for some reason it cannot be met or managed, then that's when you should get involved a mediator. So it basically goes through everything from the definition of a conflict all the way to types of ADR in just this 3-minute video, which I thought was very informative and especially helpful for someone who is new to conflict management or needed something to show new employees about conflict management and conflict resolution. So this article was interesting because it not only discussed ODR, which is online dispute resolution, but it also talked about how technology and the internet is affecting how law students are even taught. So first, it talked about how online dispute resolution is becoming more popular just because it's significantly cheaper, because they're not having to physically go to a location, pay for gas, pay whatever additional charges. So online dispute resolution cuts all that out, and they're able to do it via Zoom or however they want to pursue it online. However, there's criticism because it doesn't offer that same, or the critics are saying it doesn't offer the same justice as an in-person or a traditional ADR would. So that's what the first part of the article talked about. And then the second part of the article just talked about how law schools are now trying to implement more video and digital courses. However, critics to that also claim that traditional law teaching is the best route to get the best legal knowledge and the knowledge they need to acquire to become a great lawyer. And they're saying that videos should be a supplement and not a not in place of. So this third journal article, I actually was able to locate a full training packet for a program for teaching floor supervisors for a garment company. It was called Unite and Management Training Program for Workplace Communication and Problem Solving. Yes, it was from 97, but I did want to just compare it to everything that we've learned now and see if it still applies. This was actually a really great packet, despite it being 51 pages, and I doubt anyone in this day and age will read a 51-page training packet on conflict management. I do think all of the content was still very relevant to today. It was talking about conflict resolution styles and I would probably go about the training differently. I would obviously implement videos. They had a lot of discussions and, oh, tell me about a time, or tell me about a situation you've encountered. Yes, those discussions are really great, but we need some more things thrown in there for different types of learners with different learning styles. Not everyone is going to retain the information by having a discussion. We need to throw some videos in there. We need to throw some hands-on, maybe split apart, do like a project or something, come back and talk about your ideas. Just implement more learning styles. But overall, the content of this training program was great and still applies to this day. It's just the format of this training was obviously very outdated. Everything was you were being talked to and talked at rather than being involved in the learning process. So I wanted to incorporate another video, and this was an interesting one on conflict, and the two women that discussed conflict actually advised that conflict is the healthy and natural portion of a team, and getting rid of it or diffusing it is actually where the real conflict lies. They were stating that conflict produces innovation, creativity, and catapults to new and innovative ideas, but diffusing it just causes the team to be disengaged, waste time, waste money. So this was actually an interesting take on conflict and conflict resolution, because essentially they're advising don't resolve it because it's better to just utilize it and channel it into something great. So my conflict example is actually something that could happen in both the public and private sector. Discrimination, whether that be against people with disabilities, age discrimination, gender discrimination, race, anything, nationality. So I think a lot of this just stems from a lack of knowledge or awareness about other people's situations. So I would probably go about the training with an education aspect. I would inform them of the differences and provide videos, real life experiences, roundtable discussions, just educate each other on differences, and maybe that will help people accept others for who they are rather than automatically slapping a stereotype on them and not liking them or discriminating them. Just breaking down those preconceived notions and really getting to know a person, and that can all be done through education. All right, here are my references. Thank you so much, guys. I'll also include them in the little text box so you can copy and paste it, and can't wait to watch yours.